Shalom Israel, this is Azariah from Watchmen from Israel, giving the honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Hamashiach Yahushua. Alright, today's topic is battling depression. What are some things that cause us to be depressed and how to get out of it, right? This is a topic that almost everybody goes through, right? Dealing in this walk, dealing with the world. Either they want to keep it to themselves, they hide it, or they want to talk about it, So, let's start off with Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 5. It said, whoso keep the commandments shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both times and judgment. So there's going to be times in your life that you got to take heed to, that it's going to be times that you have everything in your life, that you have no wants. There's going to be times that you don't have everything, so you got to take heed to that. Alright, let's go to Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 11, verse 25. It said, in the days of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. And in the days of affliction, there's no more remembrance of prosperity. So, there's going to be times that you have everything, and you're going to forget about the times that you didn't, and vice versa. So, you got to take heed to that. You got to know that it's going to be times that you don't have stuff, and the times that you do have stuff, when you got ups and downs in life. Alright, that's life itself to deal with. Let's go to Matthew. Chapter 6 and verse 25. It says, it said, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what he shall eat or what he shall drink, nor yet for your body what he shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are you not much better than they? So it said, take no heed to that stuff. Take no thoughts of what the Most High is going to provide for you if you keep His law, statutes, commandments, and the faith of His Son Hamashiach. All right, it said the Most High feeded the birds. He's going to do the same thing for you. Verse 33. Jump down to 33. It said, but seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So you want to be set your thoughts, on the Most High, and keeping His statutes, commandments, and all these things are going to be added to you. All right, let's go to Colossians. Chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, set your affection on things above, not on the things of the earth. So you want to be setting your mind on the things above. That's the Most High King. That's the kingdom, not on this world. You don't want to be thinking about, having the best, have the best things in life, all the fancy cars, the big monthly $1 million mansion, pool in the backyard. You don't want to be thinking about that stuff, especially when you're not in a position of having that stuff. All right, so don't let that bother you. All right, so let's go to Sirach, chapter 31. And it reads, watching for riches consume the flesh, and the care thereof divide away sleep. So watching for riches and always wanting to be rich and have the fancy things in life and all the luxury and the wealthy things, it said it's going to consume away the flesh, and it's going to take away the sleep. So you're going to be out there wishing you had so many things in your life and all the fancy cars and 10-car garages and stuff, and it's going to stress you out because you're not in that position to have that stuff. All right. The things that you should be worrying about is the things that the Most High can provide for you. And let's go to Sirach chapter 29 verse 1. Sirach 29 verse 21. It said the chief things for life is water, bread, and clothing, and a house to cover shame. So long as you have those four things, you should be happy that the Most High provide for you. Alright? It said the chief things, the best in your life is water, bread, that's food, clothing, and a house to cover shame, so you won't be out here living in the streets. As long as you have those things, you shouldn't be worrying about that. You shouldn't be worried about what having the best things in life, man. All right, let's go to Sirach chapter 40 in verse 1. It said, "Great travail is created for every man, and a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam, for the day that they go out of their mother's womb till the day they return to the mothers of all things." So everything, everybody in this world is going to go through some times where it's going to be some difficult times in life, and you gotta take heed to that. You can't let that get over you. It said their imagination of things to come, verse 2, their imagination of things to come in the day of death troubled their thoughts and caused fear in their heart. We know coming in the truth, we ain't worried about the day of death, because we know as long as we keeping the statutes, commandments, and the faith of Mashiach, we know where we be headed. All right, we ain't worried about being put to death or nothing like that. All right, let's go to Second Ezra chapter 15. It's another thing not to be worried about. I started verse 3. It said, "Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." So you don't want to be worried about what others think about you. You're not living the perfect life for them. You try to live the perfect life of trying to keep this law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability. All right. So don't worry about what others think about you. All right. There's some things that you don't want to be thinking about too much. Let's go back to Sirach chapter 30. And verse 21. It said, "Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thy own counsel." So you don't want to be thinking about things that are going to stress you out. All right, it's certain things that cause you to be stressed out. You don't want to keep thinking about that stuff. Verse 22. The gladness of the heart is the best. The gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. That's self-explanatory. Verse 23. Love thy own soul and comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow from thee, for sorrow killeth many, and there is no profit therein. So it says sorrow, being sad and being depressed and stressed out, it killeth many. People die from being overwhelmed with stress. All right, let's go to Sirach 38 and 18. It said, "For heaviness cometh death, and the heaviness of the heart breaketh strength." So people die being stressed out. It said, "And the heaviness of the heart breaketh strength." So you breaking strength. What that mean? It means that you're gonna be walking around feeling sad and depressed. Don't want to be around your brothers and sisters. You want to be in the house locked up in your room all day crying, doing nothing with your life. All right. That's not something that you want to do. And let's go to Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 13. It said, "A merry heart make a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken." All right, so the merry heart make a cheerful countenance. When people see you and you have a merry heart, you can walk around with your head up, smile on your face. People know that, hey, this guy, he's feeling good about himself. All right, it said, "But by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken." So when you have a sorrow, you're gonna walk around sadness on your face. You might be crying, walk around with your head down, not want to speak to nobody, and people gonna see that. All right, let's go to Apocrypha again. I go to Wisdom of Solomon. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1 and verse 12. It says, "Seek not death in the era of your life." So basically, you don't want to be when you feeling low and you're at a lower state, you don't want to be seeking death in the area in the times that you don't have the things you want in life. All right, when you're stressed out, you know, you as in Sirach chapter 2, you want to take it cheerfully and cleave unto the Most High. You don't want to be stressed out and seeking death. All right, for example, I give an account. Let's stay in the Apocrypha. It's an account where there have been times that our people been stressed out. And let's see what they did. Let's go to Tobit, chapter 3. All right, this is Tobit, chapter 3, verse 3. It said, remember me and look on me. Punish me not for my sin in ignorance and the sins of my father, for Salakia, father, who has sinned before thee. For they obey not thy commandments. Wherefore thou hast delivered us for a spoil, and unto captivity, and unto death, and for a proverb of reproach to all the nations among whom we were dispersed. Verse 5. And now thy judgments are many and true. Deal with me according to my sin and my fathers, because we have not kept thy commandments, neither have walked in truth before thee. Now therefore deal with me as seemed best unto thee, and command my spirit to be taken from me, that I might be dissolved and become earth. So Tobit, he's praying to the Most High because he's dealing with so much stress, of him being blind and reproaches coming against him. And he's now praying to the Most High that he can, that the Most High can take away his life. All right, it said that I may be dissolved and become earth, for it is profitable for me to die rather than to live, because I have heard false reproaches and have much sorrow. Command therefore that I may now be delivered out of this distress, and go into the everlasting place. Turn not thy face away from me. So he's basically asking the Most High to take him out of his walk, his life. That's something that you don't want to do. When you feel depressed, you don't want to pray to the Most High. You want to be able to adore. Let's go to Sarah. I'm gonna keep reading on, verse 7. It said, it came to pass the same day that in Epitane, a city in Media, Sarah, the daughter of Regal, was also reproached by her father's maid, because that she had been married to 7 husbands, whom, as Moses, the evil spirit had killed before they had lain with her. Dost thou not know, said they, that thou hast strangled thy husband? Thou hast had already 7 husbands, neither wast thou named after any of them. Wherefore dost thou beat us for them? If they be dead, go thy way after them. Let us never see of thee, neither sons nor daughter. All right, so that's the reproach that Sarah had, people talking about her, because all the husbands that she was that she had, before she laid down with, basically was put to death by the evil spirit. Verse 9. Wherefore, verse 10. When she heard these things, she was very sorrow, so that she thought to have strangled herself. So she thought that she wanted to strangle herself. That's what she was thinking. And she said, I am the only daughter of my father, and if I do this, it shall be a reproach unto him, and I shall bring his old age with sorrow into the grave. It said, then she prayed up towards the window and said, blessed art thou, O Lord my God, and thy holy and glorious name is blessed and honorable forever. Let all thy worship praise thee forever. And now, O Lord, I set my eyes and my face towards thee. Now she's praying to the Most High, just like Tobit did. Verse 13, it say, take me out of the earth, that I may hear no more the reproach. Thou knowest, Lord, that I am pure from all sins with man. So again, Sarah, she wanted to take away her life So she prayed also to the Most High. And as you read on, the Most High heard their prayers, and he blessed them. He blessed them with the things that they want. All right. So there's been times that our people, they dealing with depression, and some people out here in this world, they pray to the Most High that it's like it that they can die. I don't want to wake up tomorrow morning and just put me to death in my sleep or something. So there's going to be times where you have a situation in life that you're going to be so depressed and distressed that you don't want to live no more. All right. From there, let's go to Psalms. So what are some things that we can do when we're feeling depressed? All right. Let's go to what's some things. In fact, let's go to Psalm chapter 119. Psalm chapter 119 and verse 71. It said, "It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I may learn thy statutes." So when you going through some things, you gotta take it cheerfully, So it's good for us to go through these things so we can be able to depend on the Most High, and learn His statutes and what He wants for us. All right, let's go to Psalm chapter 23. And verse 4. It says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." So you got to know that the Most High, He's going to be your protector. He's going to be able to be with you when you're going through some times in life, especially in this walk. So you got to lean onto the Most High when you're dealing with these type of situations in life. All right, let's go to Psalms 119 verse 24. Psalms chapter 119 verse 24. It said, "Thy testimonies also are my delight and my counselors. My soul cleave unto dust. My soul cleave unto the dust. Quicken thou me according to thy word. I have declared my ways, and thou heardest me. Teach me thy statutes." It said, make me to understand the ways of thy precept. So shall I talk of thy wondrous works. Verse 28. "My soul melted for heaviness. Strengthen thou me according to thy word." So when your soul is going to so much pain and stressed out in life, you want to be able to pray to the Most High that He will strengthen you. All right, let's go to Samuel, 2 Samuel, chapter 22, and verse 7. It said, "In my distress I call upon the Lord, and cry." It said, "In my distress I call upon the Lord and cry to my God, and He did hear my voice out of His temple, and my cry did enter into His ears." So, once you keep the commandments of the Most High and faith of Hamashiach, the Most High hears your cry, hears your prayers. All right, it says, so when you're feeling down and stressed out, and you pray to the Most High, He hears you. All right, let's go to Psalm chapter 107. Psalm chapter 107 and verse 4. This is Israel in the wilderness. It said, "They wandered in the wilderness in a solitary way. They found no city to dwell in. Hunger and thirsty, their soul fainted in them. Then they cried unto the Lord in their trouble, and He delivered them out of their distress." So they cried to the Lord, and the Most High, He heard them, and He delivered them out of that distress. Let's go to another one. Psalms 119, verse 19. It's like in Psalms 107, verse 19. It said, then they cry unto the Lord in their trouble, and he saved them out of their distress. So the Most High, he hears your prayers when you cry out to him. All right. So when you're feeling down and depressed, you want to be able to drop down on your knees, face the east, and that's where our homeland is, and pray to the Most High. All right. You don't want to take things on your own. Let's go to second Esdras. Second Esdras, chapter 2, and verse 27. It said, be not worried, for when the day of trouble and heaviness come, others shall weep and be sorrow, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. So the people that are not keeping the Most High commandments, it said they're gonna be weak and be sorrow. All these heathens out here, let them be weak and be sorrow. It said for you keep the Most High commandments. You want to take it cheerfully. Cleaving to the Most High and be married and have abundance. All right, so you don't want to be out here being stressed out. Let's go to Tobit chapter 4. And verse 18. It said, as counsel of all there are wise, and despise not any counsel that is profitable. So when you're dealing with stress, and depression, whatever things you're going through life, you want to be able to ask counsel. Ask somebody that's also been in the same situation that you're dealing with, and you want to be able to get his standpoints of how he got out of his situation, or what he did that he making and helps you out. All right, let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 20. And verse 5. It said, counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. So if you have some type of understanding, it said you want to be able to seek counsel. All right, counsel. It said counsel is the heart of a man like deep water, but a man of understanding will search out that counsel. Okay, out of that man. So you want to be able to, especially if you have a friend, so a close friend, whatever, you want to be able to talk to him like, look, man, I'm dealing with certain things. I might need your help. Give me some nice advice of what I should do. All right, let's go to Proverbs chapter 27. And verse 9. It said, ointment and perfume rejoice the heart, so does the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel. So you want to, go to your somebody your friend, and seek out that counsel from. It's also, when you're dealing with something, you want to be able to exalt yourself. Exalt yourself, but you want to get your friend to exalt you, so build you up, and y'all can be able to do the same thing, when he's dealing with certain things that you have experience in. All right. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 12. So cleaving to someone that that's dealing with, that had dealt with the same thing that you're going through. All right, 12 and 25. It said, heaviness in the heart of man make it stute, but a good word make it glad. So you want to be able to go to somebody that could give you that good word, a wise man that could give you that good word, that good counsel. All right, let's go to Sirach chapter 6. This is some things that you should do when you're going through some type of struggle in your life. You want to pray to the Most High. Also want to seek out counsel. Sirach chapter 6 verse 16. It said, a faithful friend is like the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. So you want to have that faithful friend that you could be able to go to, and can give you a good counsel, a good word that could build your spirit back up. All right, let's go to Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 3 and verse 13. It said, but exalt one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. So you want to be able to exalt one another, have that friend in life that can basically you can run to and get a good word from. You want to be able to, have him give you that good word and lift up your spirit. So that's a benefit of having that good friend in your life. Let's go to what's another way to go through when you're feeling down, depressed. Let's go to Samuel, 1 Samuel chapter 16. This is the time when King Saul, when he was dealing with depression. Well, when he was feeling down. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 16. In verse 14. It said, but the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him. So the Most High, he sent the spirit away from Saul because he disobeyed the Most High, and the Most High sent an evil spirit to trouble him. So, he was dealing with, certain things in life that he couldn't get out of. And it's likely that the Most High, he sent an evil spirit to him. Alright, let's see what he did to be able to help him out. It said, verse 15, and Saul's servant said unto him, behold, now an evil spirit from Yahweh troubled thee. Let our Lord now command thy servant which are before thee to seek out a man who is a cunning player on a harp, and it shall come to pass when the evil spirit from Yahweh is upon thee, that he shall play with his hand, and thou shalt be well. And Saul said unto his servant, provide me now a man that can play well, and bring him to me. So Saul, when he was dealing with a situation, he wanted to hear some good music, some good tunes. So he said, look, provide me a man that can play well on the harp. Verse 19. Then answered one of the servants and said, behold, I have seen a son of Jesse the Bethlehemite that is cunning and playing, and a mighty valiant man, and a man of war, and prudent in matters, and a comely person, and the Lord is with him. Wherefore Saul sent messengers unto Jesse and said, send me David thy son, which is with the sheep. And Jesse took an ass laden with bread and a bottle of wine and a kid, and sent them by David and his son unto Saul. And David came to Saul and stood before him, and he loved him greatly, and he became his armor bearer. And Saul sent to Jesse, saying, let David, I pray thee, stand before me, for he hath found favor in my sight. And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from Yahweh was upon Saul, that David took a harp and played with his hands. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. So when Saul had that evil spirit and he was feeling down, he sent David to come out to play a music for him. All right. So those are some things that you can do to be able to lift your spirit back up. All right. Let's go to second address. Chapter 14 and verse 14. Second address 14 verse 14. It said, let go from thee mortal thought, and cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. So you want to put off that mortal thought that's causing you to be stressed out. Verse 14. Let go. Let's like it. Verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. So it says, set aside the thoughts that are most heavy to you. So stop worrying about the things that are going to make you be stressed out and depressed. says set those things aside. All right, let's go to Sirach chapter 4, verse 3. It said, add no more trouble to a heart that is vexed. So if you already feeling down and sorrow, you don't want to keep thinking about the things that are going to stress you out. It said, add no more trouble to a heart that's already vexed, and defer not to give to him that is in need. So when you feeling down, don't even be thinking about things that are going to cause you to be more, more. They're going to bring more stress in your life. All right, let's go to Sirach chapter 1, verse 23. It said, a patient man will bear for a time, and afterwards joy shall spring up into him. So when you feeling down and out, and you're going through some type of affliction in life, you want to be patient. You want to be able to endure, and then once you do that things, then you be able to endure them times, and then you be able to have you can overcome it. All right, so those are things that you want to do. Lock it. Phone about to tie. Let me get a few more precepts. Get 1 Peter chapter 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 6. It said, humble yourself therefore under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time. So when you're feeling down and depressed, you want to humble yourself, and be patient. The Most High is going to exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. So you want to be able to cast all your burdens and all your things that you're going through, cast it to the Most High. Give him, give him the time of day and pray to him, and let him know what you're going through, even though he already know. So you want to be able to do things. It said, do those things. Verse 8. It said, be sober and be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walk about seeking whom he may devour. So you want to be able to, care for them times, and give your time to the Most High and pray, because the devil is going to be able to put some thoughts in your mind and say, man, look, you might as well just hang yourself. You might as well just slip your wrist. So you want to be able to push your time to the Most High, and cleave unto him at a time that you feeling low. All right, let's go to Sirach chapter 14 and verse 20. It said, blessed is the man that do meditate good things and wisdom. I can put this up. It said, blessed is the man that do meditate good things and wisdom, and that reason of holy things by his understanding. So you want to be able to you want to be able to meditate in good things and wisdom. Put your thoughts on the Most High, and think about the good things that you have in life already. All right, let's go to Ephesians. No, let's go to Philippians. All right, Philippians chapter 4. All right, it said verse 6. Philippians 4 and 6. It said, be careful for nothing, for in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to Yahweh, unto Yahweh. So you want to pray to the Most High for all the things that you're going through in life. All right, let your requests be made unto him. It said, and the peace of Yahweh, which passed all understanding, shall keep your heart and mind through Hamashiach Yahushua. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any and if there be any praise, think upon these things. So you want to be able to think upon those things that could be able to bring joy into your life. You don't want to be putting your mind on things that are going to afflict you. You want to push your things on the good things in life. All right, let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 22. It said, "A merry heart do good like a medicine, but a broken spirit is dry. A broken spirit dry the bones." So a merry heart is good like a medicine. So having that merry heart is be able to bring joy into your life, prolong your days. It's good like a medicine. You're gonna feel good having a merry heart. All right, go to Sirach chapter 13 and verse 25. It said, "The heart of a man changes his countenance, whether it be for good or evil, and a merry heart make a cheerful countenance." So your heart, the way you think, whatever, it's gonna bring that good countenance, whether it be good or bad. A good countenance is gonna, people gonna see the brightness in you. They're gonna see that you're feeling good about yourself. You see that big smile on your face. And that evil countenance is gonna have that mean and hateful look, and you're gonna basically don't want to be hanging around nobody. Nobody want to hang around you because you bringing that negative energy around people. All right, so let's go to two more precepts real quick. I wrote down. Let's go to Ephesians. So when you're going through these things, you want to be able to put your trust in the Most High and the faith in Yahweh, and the faith of His Son, Hamashiach Yahushua. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11. It said, "Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that He may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." So you want to be able to put on the Most High armor, as His law, statutes, commandments, and the faith, and the things that the Most High wants you to do, to cleave Him to, a trusty friend, to be able to put your cares and your cares to the Most High, and cleave Him to Him, and take it cheerfully, whatever you're doing. Whatever you're enduring in life. All right. I go to James. James chapter 4 and verse 7. It says, "Submit yourself therefore to Yahweh, resist the devil, and he will flee from you." So you casting your cares upon the Most High and put your trust in the Most High and cleave to Him when in your time of trouble or your days of affliction. You want to be able to trust in the Most High and faith of Mashiach, and cast all your cares unto them, and resist the devil. Resist the temptation, that evil thought in your head that want to be able to, pray to the Most High and say, "Take me out of this world." You want to resist that. You want to be able to say, "Look, I'm dealing with something. Let me put my faith in Hamashiach Yahushua, through the Most High." And it's like you want to put your faith into the Most High Yahweh, Hamashiach Yahushua, and cast all your burdens to them, and resist the devil. Resist that evil thought that the devil may put in your ear. Resist all that temptation that, hey, let me just go out there and hang myself. Because I'm feeling down, no one cares about me. No, cleave to your friend, that good hearty counsel, and put your trust in the Most High and cleave to Him, that He will deliver you out of the day of distress. All right, that's all I got. Hopefully that was edifying. Give all honor and glory to Yahweh B'Ashem Hamashiach Yahushua, and Shalom.